seconds remaining.
Hello everybody, my name is CulBlu, and I'm bringing you guys this game in the JoinDota League. That's right, I didn't know a game was happening today until like 40 minutes ago, but I'm here casting because that's what I do. I commentate on things, and because it's Sunday and I wasn't doing anything special. But aside from my social life not being too terribly exciting, let's go and talk about this Dota, because we got ourselves eEriness versus the new guys, and I've seen neither of these teams play. I think I play in the EU region, so I usually commentate in the North American region. That's because those games are usually where I go to work, but who really cares about that? All we care about right now is we're going to see some Dota get played, or some Dotes get played. And I don't know if we're officially in the playoffs. I think we're officially in the playoffs, or maybe they're doing tiebreakers. I don't really know, but I'm just going to look up some stats on both of these teams so you guys can know. So you guys can know who's going to do what. And actually, as I say, I'm going to look up some stats. I can't right now because we started early, because both teams and all the commentators are ready. So I don't know who you guys favor to win. I'm assuming it's going to be the one with the higher win rate. Which, looking at right now, the new guys, they have a 47% win rate according to JoinDota, and Team eEriness, or eEriness? Team eEriness? I shall call you Team eEriness. Team eEriness, they have a 60% win rate, so maybe they're favored? I don't really know. I don't know who everybody's favorite team, but we got the Czech Republic team on Team eEriness versus the European team from new guys, so we'll see how this turns out. I'm just going to be excited to see how they play. Oh man, they ban the Wisp a lot inside of Team eEriness, so they don't hate, or sorry, they don't like those easy rotations. And most ban, according to new guys, according to JoinDota, is a Chen. So yeah, we'll see how meta breaking these teams are. I mean, I'm already seeing the Omni Knight OD, so I'm assuming Omni Knight OD. Having those two picked up is like super completely meta, so these guys are not necessarily breaking the mold of meta. So we'll see if they pick up. I mean, we're going to the bans right now. We got eEriness, they're banning out the Death Prophet, and the new guys, they ban out the Faceless Void and the Outward Devourer. Two people who I think fit really well into the current meta. OD is kind of like, he's been like the glory child, like the person that nobody really expected to kind of blow up the scene, but he's been tearing through the scene, just being so super powerful. All you have to do is just buy some attack speed, buy some strength, some form of survivability, and you're good all day long on OD. No longer do you have to wait on your Astral Imprisonments to stack up before you can actually do damage. He just does damage naturally because he just right clicks you, gets more damage, right clicks you again, gets more damage, and boom, you're dead. So OD getting banned out by the new guys makes a lot of sense. That's basically an auto win for most teams that get it. Moving to the side of eEriness, they ban out the Death Prophet, they ban out the Invoker. Two people who are really strong in the current meta as well. I think out of all the four who are banned out right now, I think Death Prophet is probably one of the weaker ones. And I only say that because I've seen more games with actually no, Faceless Void is probably the weaker one. And I only say that because I've seen more games with Faceless Void losing on the team that had them picked up. Whereas, you know, Death Prophet and Invoker and OD, they have a higher win rate in my mind from the games that I've seen. I don't know what the actual numbers say, but I would imagine that Faceless Void would be the weaker of the four that were banned out. But those are still four very strong, basically picked into every lineup heroes. So having them banned out makes a lot of sense. Speaking of picking into every lineup, we got Earth Spirit getting picked up first by new guys, so they obviously have an Earth Spirit player. Earth Spirit can change a lot of team fights, he can do a lot of things, he basically has all the control you want. He's essentially the new Swiss Army knife of supports, which if you guys don't know where that phrase came from, that came from way in the back days, back in the older patches where Shadow Demon used to be the Swiss Army knife because he can save somebody, he can amplify damage, he has a scouting tool, and he has a nice little purge, so he used to be the Swiss Army knife, but now we got Earth Spirit. He's officially the new Swiss Army knife, specifically from Switzerland, which actually is very, very, very thematic because, oh, no, actually no, I was about to say, because Czech Republic, which is Team eEriness, is, I guess, closer than the US. I don't know. I don't know geography. I can't tell you that for sure. Alright, all that aside, my geography knowledge aside, or lack thereof, Earth Spirit getting picked up is going to give him a lot of flexibility on new guys' side. He's really, really annoying in the sense that he can initiate from relatively far range. He has a nice slow, he has a silence, he has a stun, he has a saving mechanism, he has AoE damage. Earth Spirit basically, like I said, the Swiss Army knife supports nowadays, so him getting picked up gives new guys quite a lot of flexibility. Of course, don't forget that the other supports are still in the pool, such as a Vengeful Spirit, such as a Bane, and according to the draft, it looks like Team eEriness, or eEriness, hold on, I will call them eErinnesses. Team eErinnesses, they do still have the option to go for a Jakiro, because they did pick up a Jakiro in the last draft, so maybe they're going to play core Jakiro. I don't really know. But Vengeful Spirit is going to be the first support they pick up. Makes a lot of sense. Vengeful Spirit, she kind of fits the whole current meta. The current meta, for anybody who doesn't know, is the Death Ball meta, which is essentially you have everybody roughly about the 20-15 minute mark kind of coming together, rotating around as a team, getting pickoffs here and there in different lanes. And I think the Deathball meta is going to be countered pretty hard by Teamfight, and Earth Spirit, he has a lot of Teamfight in him, so he fits perfectly into both metas. But having the whole Deathball thing going for eEriness, Vengeful Spirit fits into that meta. Nature's Prophet, he doesn't really fit into Deathball meta too terribly much. He kind of can TP in and help you go for the kills. So they might be looking to relax a little bit on eEriness' side and get a little bit of farm, get a little bit here, get a little bit there with the different cores, and then Prophet can TP in whenever he needs to and go for the kill, and help him go for the kills and go for the fights. I would not be surprised if we saw a Zeus or a Spectre get picked up on eEriness' side. We'll see if new guys allow it to go through. So new guys, they're thinking a little bit on their next pick. They did that last game? I was gonna say the last game had a Spirit Breaker, but it didn't. They actually, they went for Shadow Shaman last game. Oh, that's gross. Ugh. Man, for anyone who doesn't know, Shadow Shaman, I play a lot of Shadow Shaman. I play him very badly, like extremely badly, like super badly. But that's not the point. Shadow Shaman, really nice support, has 2 perfect disables, works relatively well versus someone like Nature's Prophet who can try to TP out. A lot of single target CC, so you can cause them a lot of troubles. But instead they go for the Witch Doctor. Makes sense. The cast is going to be good versus the Treant. The ulti is always going to be good in a team fight, and Witch Doctor's heal is a lot more sustained than what people like to give credit for. I mean, you get a whole entire 16 heal per second, which is quite ridiculous. And if you ever max it out, that's 40 heal per second, so that's basically 40 HP regen in a giant AoE. So that helps out a lot as far as the team pushes and as far as the team fights. So given the fact that they have someone like an Earth Spirit in the form of, given the fact that they have someone like an Earth Spirit and a Witch Doctor on new guys' lineup, that tells me that maybe they're looking to go for their own little death ball type situation, where they have everybody kind of just grouping together. Witch Doctor being that consistent sustain, maybe he gets some arcane boots, help his team out. Earth Spirit rolling around, doing some boulder stuff, doing some boulder dash or whatnot, and rotating around, going for those kills. I think eEriness, like I said, it seems like they're going to be investing a little bit in the let's go ahead and get our solo farm and then show up as one and fight and then go back and get more farm. I'll say because Prophet has the ability to TP in and TP out of those fights. So looking at the bans on new guys' side, they ban out the Lone Druid, they ban out the Morphling. Morphling kind of fits into that whole idea where he's just kind of over by himself doing whatever he wants, and then he can morph into the fight if he wants to, or he can push lane and then morph away and be really super uber annoying. So having him banned out makes a lot of sense. Lone Druid, same concept. He can kind of just chill over there with his bear, just pushing with Radiant Spear on one lane, and then he'll be with his team going for the next team fight. I do also want to point out the fact that it seems like new guys are trying to get rid of a little bit of push from eEriness. Looks like they don't want eEriness or eEriness. I keep trying to say eEriness. They don't want eEriness to have the ability to split push them to death. But I think with things left in the pool like a Lycan, which nobody picks ever again, but Lycan's still in the pool, Shadow Shaman, he's still in the pool, and Juggernaut, he's a cool idea for somebody who goes for some who can go for some pushing pressure. He's still in the pool as well. So having those people left inside the pool means that they can still go for whatever the heck they want. The options are limitless. But Sven and Gyrocopter are banned out, 2 people who work really well with a Wisp or work by themselves. I've seen a lot of games where Sven has pretty much carried his team single-handedly, as strong as he is, and Gyrocopter, same concept. And new guys, I don't think they're going to be going for a Wisp. I didn't think that was going to be a threat for them all over, or all around. Maybe you can play a core Earth Spirit, but that would have been really weird. But they go for a Pudge, so I'm assuming Pudge is definitely going to be a core, given that they have an Earth Spirit and a Witch Doctor already. So new guys, maybe they'll run a Pudge mid, which is something I haven't seen in quite a while. But Pudge is going to be really fun versus someone like a Nature's Prophet, and even a Vengeful Spirit to a certain extent. Being able to just slow her down. She has like 10 movement speed whenever she gets around a Pudge. It's kind of hilarious, and she pops relatively easy. Doombringer gets picked up on eEriness side. We're going to see some next level meta, guys. Oh my gosh, we got Doombringer showing up. He's been playing that off lane. I haven't really faced a lot of Dooms in my own pub history, but I've seen enough Doom play to remind me that he's still pretty damn scary. That whole entire orange carpet deal that he has with Scorched Earth heals him so much, is ridiculous. And also his new ability, the Infernal Blade, or new ability for me at least. I always forget it's a mini stun, so there's a few times, because I play Shadow Shaman, I spam Shadow Shaman a lot. There's a few times where I'm trying to like shackle somebody and he just shows up, whacks me in the head, or the one time I faced against him, he whacked me in the head and I forgot he had it, and I ended up getting wrecked pretty hard. So Doombringer, relatively sustainable in the offlane. You can send him over by himself. He can do with his time what he wants, and nobody's really gonna have a good time going against that one. So Doombringer picked up on his side, gives them a lot of gives them a beefier front line. We'll probably see some more tank ability come up from them in the form of a Vanguard, maybe even a maybe a Crimson Guard, because they will have a lot of units that will benefit from that. So we'll see. And new guys, they still need themselves a mid and a carry. Assuming Pudge not gonna play mid. I think Pudge. I've seen the roaming Pudge. But that's usually a 4-position Pudge. So yeah, Pudge probably playing mid. So new guys may have picked themselves into a corner here.
10 seconds remaining.
We'll just wait patiently and see. And I want to see what the votes are saying now. Oh no, they're going for TA. Okay, interesting. Alright, so they're gonna have a Templar Assassin. So Pudge solo safe lane maybe? Not too sure how they're gonna lane this one. Going back to the JoinDota votes, since the time has finally passed and the votes have been tallied, 64% of you think that new guys are going to be taking this 2 games to 0, or 1 game to 0. This is 1 game, yeah. So whoever wins this game wins it all. So 64% of you guys think that new guys are going to be able to take this whole entire series. Meanwhile, 35% of you think that Team eEriness are going to be able to take this whole entire series. And yeah, it's just basically a simple 60-30 split. So we'll see. So definitely new guys are the favorite team in this matchup. Terribly gets banned out on the side of Team eEriness. I wasn't expecting him to get picked up, but he would have been pretty strong versus their lineup. Especially going against someone like a Doom, who's hard to kill sometimes with all the HP that he has, just lying about.
5 seconds remaining.
Alright, we're waiting on the last ban coming out from the new guys side, and they ban out the Viper, so they are going to be running a Tia or Templar Assassin mid. Pudge is probably going to be playing in the off lane or a safe lane. Templar Assassin playing mid is going to be nice versus whoever the heck they decide to put against her, but Viper would have caused her a lot of trouble. Venomancer's still in the pool. I've seen a few teams run the Veno. I don't like the Veno personally, but he would fit pretty okay into the lineup because they will have a nice mix of magic and physical damage at that point, with Venomancer giving them all the magic dot that they need. But we'll see what they go for. I mean, Zeus is still in the pool too. I'm surprised he actually made it this far. But Zeus versus Templar Assassin, he struggles quite a bit. Trying to think of who does well. Puck, I think Puck does okay versus Templar Assassin, but they go for Ember Spirit instead. So Ember Spirit is going to have the Flame Guard. He's also going to be able to have himself the Sleight of Fist, plus the Searing Chains, a lot of damage over time, or a lot of abilities to just be super nagging towards Templar Assassin. And new guys, like I said, the flexibility that they have is kind of out the window right now, because they need either a carry or a solid off laner, so they can let Pudge play the safe lane. But going with the safe lane Pudge, that scares me a lot. It scares me a lot because I don't know how much impact Pudge is going to be able to have with that much farm on the safe lane. So new guys definitely want to go for a carry. I'm thinking somebody like a Spectre might take too long to come online, so maybe they can go for somebody else. The only other option that I could think of in this current meta would be yeah, Medusa's really the only one I think of. Now they go for Spectre. Okay, whatever. They went for Spectre. They're gonna have fun with that. Spectre's gonna be able to farm by herself and drop her ulti, jump into those team fights, help out. And eEriness are looking pretty scary when they start deathballing. I mean, don't get me wrong. New guys have a pretty scary lineup too, but when eEriness, when they decide to go ahead and go for the deathball, I mean, you got a Doombringer showing up with his ulti, you got Prophet TPing or whatever the heck you want, you got Ember Spirit burning you down with his Flame Guard. It's gonna be quite gross. We will see how both teams play. I'm assuming new guys are going to be going for more of a pick-off based lineup because they have the Templar Assassin, because they have the Pudge. Templar Assassin can blow people up by herself, and Pudge, same concept. He can pull people into some very bad positions to just give them a nice little wrecking to the face. So we just have to wait patiently and see how everything goes as we have a pause. So we're going to go ahead and take advantage of this pause and bring up the introductions of everybody. Start off on this Pudge, we have Nobos. Nubos? No. That's Nobos playing that Pudge. Moving into the Witch Doctor. We have ourselves the one and only, oh man, I can't read your name. The one and only Silvos. Silvos playing that Witch Doctor. Templar Assassins being controlled. Well, sorry, buttons. Templar Assassin. Okay, Earth Spirit, please. Templar Assassin being controlled by the one and only Eunice, and Earth Spirit. Before also really interrupted, Earth Spirits can be controlled by Patos, or almost like potatoes, kind of funny. And last one is on the Spectre. We have the one and only Awaken playing that Spectre. Moving to the other side of the map, we have EE having a Doombringer being controlled by the one and only Shahini. Shahini? Sahini? Sini? Shahini. Yes, I shall call you Shahini. Juggernaut being controlled by the one and only Shape Your Mind, and I don't know who that is, but Nature's Prophet's being controlled by Vlado, and oh, where's the other one? There's Vengeful Spirit being controlled by Hisses, and Ember Spirit was the one that was missing before. A very cool pose. It's actually kind of cool. Is that a rapier? What? Double rapier? This guy, double rapier strap, boys. It's happening. It's happening. But we got Mambos playing that Ember Spirit. So let me go ahead and look up some more stats over here while we have a little bit of time to think about it. Man, I don't have my pages open. Shoot. There we go. I have 2 pages that I use, and we will go ahead and get those up as soon as I can find them. Alright, this is a good one. Okay, go away, leave me alone. Boom. And there we go. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, they updated the site. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and plug in all these people into the site so I can see who is slated to have the better advantage. I do think just by the looks of it, the team of new guys is gonna scare me a little bit. The only reason why I say is because they're gonna take a while, like they're gonna have an awkward gap. If Temple has to get shut down, which I think she might by the Ember Spirit, they're gonna have an awkward gap where their damage is not gonna be enough to actually do anything, and I'm really afraid that that's gonna be a huge problem. Some people might say that, but CulBlu, there's a Witch Doctor who has his ulti. And I would say yes, there's a Witch Doctor who's a support. He'll probably have his ult by like maybe 10-15 minutes. So unless he can find some massive levels, I really don't see Witch Doctor's ulti being that big of a factor just yet. But of course, I can be wrong. I have been proven to be wrong quite a few times. Maybe a Temple Assassin won't have a horrible start, and if she can have the expected start where she just kind of shows up, kills 2 or 3 people, and then Spectre has more space to farm, then I think overall they should be fine because Earth Spirit should give them enough control to actually do stuff. But on the side of EE, I mean, you have to consider the fact that there's a freaking Juggernaut, there's a freaking Nature's Prophet, there's a gosh darn Vengeful Spirit. Those are people who can have some huge impact into the game when it comes to the mid game. Because Juggernaut, he does hit his stride so freaking early. Because Vengeful Spirit, she's able to drop her stun and sacrifice herself a few times with her ulti, which might take her a while, but that's not the point. And also that negative armor is going to help out with the damage output. And Prophet, he can just TP in and question mark Prophet. That's pretty much how it works. That's how all the games work. Alright, so we got the unpause has finally gone through. We got the teams just kind of rotating around. Both are heading towards each other. We got arrows getting drawn on the map. New guys are expecting to walk in this whole entire funky path you see on the screen right now. So they're going to be running into the whole entire squad of EE. I just pray to goodness that they can defend against this, but they're incoming. I mean, oh man, they're going to walk into the high ground. Earth Spirit is going to be the first one to get revealed. Juggernaut's going to see it. They ping it. Juggernaut going to back away, not really knowing where to go. Pudge, no hook, no ability picked up just yet. And they're both just going to come and back away. I think they did not want to scout out what else was around there, so they're just gonna go ahead and drop some wards. And things are getting scouted out, things are getting pinged. Witch Doctor, oh, Witch Doctor's running away. Doombringer has no slow though, so he's good. So both sides is gonna casually walk their separate directions. Nature's Prophet has a whole entire 2 treants, gonna head out into the lane. He's gonna be playing the annoying off lane. And Spectre, she's gonna be playing the safe lane. Earth Spirit's gonna be playing the off lane. Okay, interesting. Has quite a bit of regen for it as well. So. Offlane Earth Spirit. And Pudge, the Pajo. He has a stout show, so I'm assuming he's going to be playing offlane, trying to get some farm. I'm assuming that. Or else we're going to have a jungle Pudge. I mean, I haven't seen that in forever. Jeez. But yeah, with the Mango and a Fairy Fire and a stout show, that tells me he's going to be trying to get some primary farm. Earth Spirit, he's going to try to get primary farm in his lane. It's going to be pseudo greedy lineup. Pseudo-greedy lineup in the sense that they can't really do much as far as controlling the game. There's gonna be a lot of people demanding resources essentially. I think Pudge, all he really needs is levels though, and Witch Doctor, same concept. He only needs levels, so they should survive. But I keep qualifying my statements because I've seen some very crazy things. Like Earth Spirit, he actually might be going down, taking quite a bit of damage. Has himself a nice little roll away. He's gonna go ahead and roll away into the high ground, but no, he runs into Juggernaut. He does go down. Unfortunately, Juggernaut able to get in front of that one, and Earth Spirit gonna be the first one to fall. So some pretty derpy stuff going on. Tri-lane down bottom. Pudge is involved in this one. Ouch. I was expecting Pudge to go into offlane, but yeah, okay. Earth Spirit offlane makes a lot more sense. Way more sense. I guess traditionally is how people started playing it when he first came in, but Alright, so continuing on with the stats, I'm still building the stat table, so please bear with me for that one, but as far as our lineups go, we have a tri-lane down bottom versus Nature's Prophet, which should be relatively okay. I mean, we have a Witch Doctor with the casket that should be able to stop the treants from being as aggressive towards the Spectre, and Pudge has a stealth shield as well, so he's expecting to get up and close and personal with the Nature's Prophet, with those creeps punch him in the face, so it looks like they will have a little bit of fun with that one. But meanwhile, mid lane, we got Ember Spirit versus Templar Assassin. Templar Assassin already burning through one whole entire healing salve. So Ember Spirit getting the better trade-off so far. Has quite a bit of regen just left over. And Doombringer, he's in the jungle. Iron Talon Gaming, boys. He has himself an Iron Talon. Gonna go ahead and just have fun in the jungle. Eat himself a creep, and then kill another one. Because that's what he does. That's how he does this. Meanwhile, top lane, Earth Spirit essentially completely zoned out of his own jungle. He's looking for a Doombringer to maybe pick off because he's expecting Doom to be low, but looks like he's not going to find anything for his troubles. Meanwhile, down bottom, Witch Doctor has a casket available, tosses the casket. Casket's going to bounce, and it's going to bounce, get the good bounces as well. But it looks like it's going to be just a few bounces and some right clicks. Prophet, he should be fine. Has enough tangos to keep him alive in this one. Pudge official level 2 as well, so he has a hook and he also has the rot. Mid lane, Ember Spirit being as aggressive as he possibly can be, has the searing chains available, too many creeps available for the Templar Assassins, or sorry, for his likings. Would have actually been a nice searing chain, but she does have the meld available, so she would have been able to hide herself away. Meanwhile, Earth Spirit going to do some fancy shenanigans, tries to roll into the oh man, tries to roll over to the side, but looks like yes, he will be able to keep himself alive just a little bit, dodging all the damage coming out from the Blade Fury because of because of that movement speed. Juggernaut does have brown boots, so it looks like he just got fogged a little bit, so he couldn't find it. Venom Spirit did throw the Wave of Terror, but unfortunately most of the damage was missed. And Pados will be good. Had an Arcane Rune that just wore off, so he has his Rolling Boulder available again. And Venom Spirit around the corner, she has a stun available. She wants to throw it. Looks like she will be able to toss it. Oh, Earth Spirit might have walked a little bit too far. The Stone Kick comes through, and there's a stun. Earth Spirit, he's going to be in a lot of trouble trying to roll her away. He's not going to be able to hit it. He's going to be forced to TP out of here. Venom Spirit has no stun available. Looks like potatoes, or Pados, not potatoes. Pados will be able to make this one alive. Living life on the edge, bro. Living life on the edge. But he will have to walk all the way back to base, or all the way back to lane, or roll. Has a smoking seed available, so should be fine. So as far as our last hits go, Juggernaut having 23 last hits and 10 denies, plus the first blood. So he's going to be having plus the first blood assist. Venom Spirit got the kill on top of that one apparently. But Juggernaut's hitting pretty well. Spectre has herself a whole entire 21 last hits, which I mean, In hindsight, it's actually pretty bad because Nature's Prophet, the way Nature's Prophet works in the offlane, he actually does really well in the offlane because of those annoying treants. And given the fact that Spectre only has 21 last hits, like she's not doing better than Juggernaut, tells me that Earth Spirit has not been as effective in the offlane as far as preventing farm. I mean, Spectre only has 22 last hits and 7 denies, which is basically one entire creep wave worth of XP that she doesn't have, or gold that she doesn't have. And that means that Prophet, he's sitting pretty fine. I mean, Prophet has a whole entire 14 last hits versus Earth Spirit's 3 last hits. So offlaner to offlaner, Earth Spirit not doing the best right now, but his impact is really truly going to come in the mid game. So we'll see how impactful he's in the mid game. I'm expecting to see a few TP rotations from the Nature's Prophet though, to go for a kill or two. Speaking of rotations though, we got Templar Assassin rotating back to lane, stacking up some Ancients because she wants to get more farm. It's gonna be a nice little stack going her way. Oh no, that's too soon. Okay, that was a little too early. I think in order to stack any camp in general, you need to pull at 50, 53, 52, 53. If you pull any sooner, pull any later, it's gonna be either too late or too soon. Speaking of too soon, Doombringer, how are you doing, bro? He's in the jungle, working on those Tranko boots, so he will be able to try to keep himself infinitely sustained, and he will have all of the mana, all of the mana that he needs. That's not true. He'll have all the HP that he needs at the very least. Alright, so while we have a little bit of lull in the game, I'm going to go ahead and finish my stat table so I can tell you guys some more things about the heroes in the game. I'm working on EE side, so let me go ahead and put them into the system. Oh my gosh, go away. Make sure nobody's dying while I'm doing this. So we got a Doom. And then we got a Jug. And I actually want to see how... this Prophet scared me a little bit. I think Spectre's not level 6 just yet, but she will be soon. Where they're pinging. Smoking seat. Yeah, Smoke Gank coming up. It's going to be Pudge plus Witch Doctor plus Earth Spirit. We're going to go ahead and follow this one. I think Pudge is going to be the bigger factor in this one. Actually, no, Earth Spirit's probably going to roll in first. So we'll follow Earth Spirit. We'll see how they manage to get this kill on top of Ember Spirit, who has his ulti available, has no Remnants tossed down. Actually, oh, they're gonna run around the corner. They might be able to find him. They found the Invincible Spirit instead. Looks like Ember Spirit, he's gonna find himself a wild Earth Spirit. He actually gets his he gets his healing potion stolen. Oh man, the shame. And Prophet TP's up top. Nice roll on top of the Ember Spirit. Prophet does TP in. Looks like they're gonna try to go for more kills. Earth Spirit gonna get blown up immediately by his bro, because his bro being a jerk about. Now Pudge is gonna try to suicide. He does get a suicide. Now we got a level coming through. Juggernaut drops his ulti and gets the last kill. 3 people were dead on the side of new guys, and EE able to get themselves a lot more out of that one than they were probably expecting. They lost Invincible Spirit, but hey, it's a support, who really cares? And Prophet, he TP'd up top just for the XP plus the glory. The glory of saying that he was involved in that one. Inspector's finally level 6 too, so she probably wants to wait until she finishes that Urn of Shadows, which is actually flying out to her, before she gets involved in kills. That's a little bit unfortunate that they had a smoke gank. All supports were missing, so I guess both teams kind of knew it. The only true loss, I guess if you technically want to go look at the goal lost, it was technically only like a 300 goal loss instead of a 400 goal loss. Mainly because they lost a healing salve on the side of EE. But that's a healing salve, so Ember Spirit, Earth Spirit was able to pick that one up. And moving on to the other side, we're gonna see ourselves a rotation of a gank here. Templar Assassin not gonna be able to scout anything. That Psionic Track does not see invisible things, but they're gonna walk up to the high grounds. Maybe it'll be a kill on top of Earth Spirit. Maybe they're expecting Templar Assassin to be around the corner. They had the vision available, and Templar Assassin just barely walked out of it. And she sees nobody. She should be really concerned right now. Doombringer's gonna be around the corner. Has ulti Veil of Prophet. I hear the TP coming in. They're gonna surround her. And Templar Assassin is able to get herself the ability off, but unfortunately she's taking quite a bit of damage. Does go down. We got a rotation coming from Pudge. Pudge can't do anything but stand there and die once again. And new guys losing more than they wanted to. The smoking definitely paying off way better for E in that whole entire engagement. About a 1,000 gold exchange essentially. And speaking of essentially, Juggernaut still not really bothered in the top lane. I mean, he has not really been challenged, has himself a kill, rotated in for a kill, and he was able to get it. 57 last hits versus Spectres, 50 last hits. At the very least, Spectre's trying to keep toe-to-toe with him, but I think we... Oh man, hold on, before we talk about that, we got somebody coming forward. Pudge in a lot of trouble. He gets... Oh, there's the death. There's a death. There's a death. It's a death on top of Pudge. The dives are real with these ones, and it's kind of harkens back to what I was talking about before. The mid-game presence coming out for EE is going to be a lot stronger because everybody kind of hits their stride a little bit earlier, and people like the Invincible Spirit, people like the Prophet, people like the Ember Spirit. They're making a bigger impact than people like the Templar Assassin, who kind of needs Deso or Blink Dagger to truly be a huge threat, or maybe just some good rotations. But you can't really have rotations when you're dying every once in a while. So the game continues along. That's all I'll say. The game continues along. Okay, so I finally finished the stat table so I can talk about this. So the reason why I had the stat table is just so I can give you guys a general idea. Usually I want to have this done earlier, but yeah, hindsight. But the reason why I do the stat table is just so I can give you guys a general idea of when we expect the powers to peak. It helps me out as far as being more accurate, and it also gives you guys a little bit more information to chew on while we watch the game progress. I think it gives you overall a better experience, but... as far as the graph goes, the counter pick potential coming out from the whole entire Dire Squad or Dire Squad, so EE is actually a lot stronger, whereas the Radiant they have better team synergy, and I think that's in the case of I'm not really sure where it's pulling that from, but they have the better team synergy overall, which means that they work better together. I guess when they go death balling, they'll be having fun with that. Sure. But anyway, we got Invincible Spirit going to get gazed upon immediately. Spectre drops the ulti. Unfortunately, she didn't get the kill, but she did show up for the. Actually, no, she gets no assist. Didn't do any damage at all. Just immediately jumped up top. Juggernaut's going to be getting surrounded completely. We will have a counter push coming out from Doombringer plus the Nature's Prophet. So we'll see. We'll see if Spectre has TP in or if they decide to push this. I mean, I think they have all the resources up top. I seriously think they should go ahead and commit and take themselves a tower. The Spectre ulti is down, so it's kind of scaring them a little bit. TP coming in from Witch Doctor. Ember Spirit around the corner. He's in Viz right now. Ember Spirit is going to try to go in for the kill. Has himself enough creeps, and Doombringer around the corner. Doombringer smoke is revealed. They see the Witch Doctor. Looks like they're not going to be able to find it though. But looks like they will. Witch Doctor does the casket. Casket will be in trouble, or will be just in time. And Timber Assassin going to be trying to get saved, but it's taking quite a bit of damage. Nobody can deny her. Will Witch Doctor deny her is a big question. He's healing her up as much as he possibly can, and will be able to counter the damage. Looks like Witch Doctor is going to be able to keep her sustained enough. Now we got the fight continuing around the corner. Earth Spirit trying to throw as much damage as he possibly can. A lot of damage coming towards Doombringer, but he has so much HP he doesn't really give a crap right now. And pretty much everybody on the side of new guys is alive, just barely. A lot of resources getting committed to keep people alive, but EE not able to flex as hard as they want to. At the very least, they're challenging the bottom tower, so they have something going their way. Speaking of things going their way, the goal graph showing it's in favor of EE by about 5k, XP in favor of them about 3k. Those are usually dangerous situations in some states of the game, because new guys, they're definitely not out of this game by any means of the word or any means of that phrase. But if you do have an advantage in both gold and XP, you always have to be very careful about losing people, because when it does come down to it, if somebody does die, especially somebody with a killing streak, like I think Juggernaut has a streak. No, he doesn't have a streak right now. But if you do lose somebody, you're going to be giving up a ton of gold. It's going to be helping the rubber band effect come into play a little bit stronger. So EE, so far they're doing so good. Doombringer's getting bigger and bigger. Has himself a whole, or he's working on Vladimir's offering. Has the Drum of Endurance fully finished up, so extra stats going his way. Meanwhile, Nature Prop's going to get scouted out. Can't really do anything but just die. I mean, it's really no way for him to make it out of this one. A lot of resources getting donated to this, but definitely kill that they definitely need. 443 gold going towards a Pudge. Basically, our first blood kill. I mean, we got Earth Spirit, or Ember Spirit, he actually shows up. Earth Spirit's going to throw the kick. Will he be able to line it up is a big question. The kick's going to come through. Oh, the kick's going to land. Yes, it catches him. There's a stun, but it looks like Pudge Hook missed. Unfortunately, they threw both out at the same time, trying to get a little more coverage, but it did not pan out for him as well as they wanted it to. So Timber Assassin has the idea to go ahead and go for the Deso. Oh, Earth Spirit getting caught up once again. The stun's coming through. Here comes the silence as well. Earth Spirit, he's getting jumped on pretty hard. Spectre shows up, gets herself a nice assist going towards her way. Timber Assassin does pick up the gold for that kill, and another 306 gold going the way of new guys. And we're gonna, oh man, 900 gold swing. Ooh, 1100 gold swing overall. But towers are getting claimed right now. Spectre shows up top. She's working on, I think she's working on the Drum of Endurance. Not sure if she's going to be going for drums into Radiance, or just drums into other fighting items like the Manta style, sometimes Diffusal. Maybe just a casual Yasha, just because. But top tower taking quite a bit of damage. Juggernaut shows up with the healing ward as well, so he's going to be helping out with the push. Vengeance Spirit, ulti's available. Looking for the swamp, but not able to find it. And it's going to be a mid-tier 1 for it. Oh, they're not going to get the mid-tier 1. Instead, they're going to be forced to back away. Tempo Assassin taking quite a bit of damage. Roombringer ulti available. Looks like it's not going to be able to drop it. Nice ability coming out from you, Potatoes, or Patos. Looks like Tempo Assassin is going to be going down one way or another. They did not commit the ulti for it. And that's going to be it. The rotation did come from the top lane. They did cancel the push for the tier 2. But tier 2 is basically dead at this point. Actually, oh, Cardi might be able to get it. Come on, Cardi. Aww. Spectre will deny it.
Succeeded in denying their top tower.
Meanwhile, Courier might be getting sniped here. Ember Spirit has a haste rune. Just one right click will do it. Courier has about 150 health. Ember Spirit has about that much damage, almost 200 damage. So yeah, that Courier should be going down. And we got a DC coming out from Earth Spirit, so we'll give it a little bit of a time. Alright, now going to power peaks. Like I said, power peaks are very important in Dota, because some people watch a game of Dota and they assume like, oh, this team's winning right now, so they're going to win the game. And then they're suddenly shocked when the team loses, when the team just gets wrecked in the late game. Power peaks are very important to focus on, because it lets you know when you expect the team to peak out, and it usually tells the exact tale of the game. It just tells you that games are won during the drafting phase sometimes. And as far as the power peaks coming out from EE, EE do have a team that peaks out at about the 15-minute mark, and that's, you know, assuming everything is perfect, assuming the game goes exactly how they want it to, assuming that everything is balanced, which is not. You know, there's other factors like, you know, player choices and team fights and towers. Oh my. But when it comes down to it, the 15-minute mark is about where we expect to see the EE teams peak out. So they do need to go ahead and start building out their big items. They do need to make sure they're getting all their levels. Prophet did go for the Hand of Midas, so he is investing in the late game. And Doombringer still working towards that Vladimir's offering to help us push out. But with the power peak showing that they peak out at about the 15 minutes is one thing, but considering the fact that when it comes to when it comes to new guys' squad, the whole entire rating squad, Their lineup kind of peaks at about the 40-minute mark. So that means that if the game does go on long enough, then we do expect to see new guys have a better overall time. But that's really dependent on how well Temporal Assassin does. It's really dependent on how much farm Spectre can actually get. And so far, they're keeping the paces. I mean, the net worth is showing us that Spectre is not too terribly far behind. I mean, she's not where she wants to be by any means or any stretch of the imagination. But at the very least, she's not that far behind the Doombringer. She's about 700 gold net worth behind the Doombringer. And that means that she can. This is still a game that's winnable for her, just as long as she continues to do what she's doing, which is farm up by herself, and then drop that reality and go in for a team fight. Maybe get a kill or two, and she'll be happy. But on the other side of EE, they do have the Nature's Prophet and the Juggernaut topping out those gold grass right now. Temporal Assassin, she's also up there too, but not, not impressively up there. But she should have her Deso by now. And yeah, Deso perfectly finished up as soon as CulBlu called it. Heck yeah, that flow though. But Blink Dagger probably gonna be her next big item. I think she can deal with Juggernaut relatively easily. Juggernaut, a relatively weak person as far as HP goes, so he doesn't have a lot of HP to begin with. Speaking of having HP to begin with, a lot of damage coming towards him, just one right click. Witch Doctor Castle coming through. His ult is online. We're about the 60-minute mark, so level 6. Called it. Hashtag called it. But his ult is available, so that means that the next team fight is going to be really impactful. Speaking of being impactful, though, we got, oh man, Earth Spirit just doing quite a bit of damage to Prophet. Prophet getting hit with the silence, getting hit with the stun, getting hit with the damage as well. The deeps are real. Looks like Ember Spirit, no, Spectre will be able to get that kill. Now we got the Doombringer ulti coming in on top of Spectre, so she can't reality out, she can't TP out, she can't really do anything but just continue to run. Pudge with the nice hook save, and there goes a casket from Witch Doctor flying all the way across the map. Oh my gosh, that casket though. But Spectre will be going down, unfortunately. Looks like she can't really do anything. Doombringer ulti lasting a little bit too long. Witch Doctor Casket almost able to save the life of a Spectre. It was flying from across the map, basically Stephen Curry from behind the line, and it just bounced around a little bit too late. Didn't get the lucky bounces. And now the Vengeful Spirit swap secures that kill. Tier 3 tower going to be getting threatened. Witch Doctor Casket coming through again. Will it be able to do the magical bounces? The coconut's bouncing. The creeps are stunned. This tower's taking quite a bit of damage though, so we need some defense coming in. They're pinging on Juggernaut. They want to go for the kill. Spectre ult is available in 11 seconds as soon as she comes up. Looks like she's not going to be able to get it. And you know, the more I think about this game, with the Doombringer being involved and all, I think it might be a good idea to get a Lincoln Sphere on Spectre. Like if Spectre went for Lincolns instead of going for the Manta style, I feel like it'll be a little bit more useful for her, because with the Lincolns you can block the Doom ulti, and they seem to be dropping their Doom ulti on prioritizing the Temporal Assassin and the Spectre. So if you can just force them to choose Temporal Assassin instead of Spectre, then Spectre stays alive. She gets more farm. She might be able to get a kill or two because Dispersion's OP. Please nerf. And Temporal Assassin, yeah, she'll die a few times, but she has a Deso now, working on a Blink Dagger. Once she has those two items, you truly have all you really need to actually get a kill on top of her. Now, Doombringer gets a haste rune. Unfortunately, not the best of runes for them to find. Oh man, he's running around the high ground. He will be able to find himself a Temporal Assassin and a Witch Doctor. Preemptive heal coming out. Temporal Assassin gonna go ahead and fight. They go for the damage. The damage is real. There's his damage. Oh, he is running. Better be lucky you got that haste rune, bro, because you're about to get wrecked so hard. Temporal Assassin almost blew Doombringer up. And yeah, his armor. Let's talk about his armor right now. Doombringer has a base armor at level 1. I think at 0. I think 0 is what his base armor is. And if you consider that he has 0 base armor, he has 3 armor right now, base at level 11, and he has 20 coming out from the Vladimir's offering plus drum stats, and also Tranquil boots. So he has a lot of different armor items, and also he has a plate mail too, so cool. But he has a lot of armor now, but Temporal Assassin, generally speaking, can just blow him the F up. Desolator plus refraction charges just makes it so, or sorry, was it meld? No, meld, yeah, meld. I thought refraction... Oh no, refraction just gives you bonus damage. But yeah, meld gives a negative armor, plus the Deso, plus everything else that Temporal Assassin does with their pure damage, essentially pure damage. It just makes it really hard for Doombringer to deal with. So stacking armor is definitely what you need to do in this game. I honestly think a Shiva's Guard would be a nice next item to go for. He may decide to go for an AC instead. Temporal Assassin, Blink Dagger fully finished up. Witch Doctor, he's working on what looks to be a casual bracer. Trying to get some more HP, trying to get some more stats. Pudge working on... Oh, Eighth Lens, yeah. Eighth Lens coming from Pudge will be a nice item for him too. More range on the hook, more utility overall. Earth Spirit gonna go ahead and roll him forward. Finds a Vengeful Spirit. Unfortunately, can't really do anything. If they wanted to TP in a Prophet, they might be able to get a kill, but it looks like they're not gonna commit those kind of stats, those kind of those kind of lives. You know, all lives matter, sure, but they're not going to commit that kind of life. They're not about that life. So taking a look at the items as we progress, we got Deso Blink Dagger up on Templar Assassin. We've been keeping tabs on her because I think once she hits that critical mass of Blink Deso, she can pretty much do more for her team than what she's been doing so far. Meanwhile, we have Pudge, or Earth Spirit has an 8th lens fully finished up. Pudge is working on his 8th lens, and I hear Doombringer ulti coming around the corner. They're going to find themselves a wild Earth Spirit who can't really do anything but die. This is going to go ahead and sacrifice his life. Spectre throws out the dagger, but unfortunately can't really find much of a kill. Oh, Templar Assassin rotating, and they might be able to get the Prophet. Prophet's taking some nice damage. He's going to go and try to TP out. Nobody has a stun, but they do have the damage. Oh my gosh, Prophet just melted immediately. Ugh, gross. Oh man, it makes me sick to my stomach. Not really, but it theoretically it does. 523 damage dealt in basically half a second, and Spectre, she got her right clicks off too. So Prophet pretty much getting blown up. Templar Assassin doing what she does best. I don't know what to tell you, outside of the fact that she finally has a Blink Deso, so she's going to be a problem now. But yeah, continuing with what I was saying before, so really interrupted by a team fight. Item-wise, Spectre has a Yasha, Doombringer, he has a Vladimir's Offering, he also has the Casual Plate Mail that I think is going to be turned into an AC. I would like to see an AC, but it might be a Shiva's instead, so it can slow attack speed of people like Spectre, maybe even Templar Assassin to a certain extent. We have Juggernaut, who has himself a Battle Fury fully finished up, and Manta Style is going to be his next big item, so he can get rid of the silence coming from Earth Spirit. We have Ember Spirit, he has himself a whole entire Battle Fury finished up, and also Booster Travel, so he can TP around and do some damage to all the creeps, just be as annoying as possible. And Prophet has a Shadow Blade. Oh, the Shadow Blade. No detection just yet on the side of NG. I don't know if they picked up on the fact that he has a Shadow Blade, but there's one available. And oh, Vincent Spirit 8th lens. So her abilities are now officially OP OP AF. That stands for as fudge, which is a word that I won't say. Not yet. Not yet. Say it later. Alright, so going back to team synergy stuff and more with stats, because CulBlu forgot to talk about the rest of it. Yeah, according to this, most of the advantage goes towards most of the counter pick advantage, which means that the heroes on one side are counter picked to the other side. Most of the counter pick advantage goes towards EE, as I stated before. Oh no, Juggernaut! Oh man, Juggernaut gets pulled in, but looks like they immediately jump on top of him. Pudge tried to drop the ulti, but looks like he canceled. He should have kept it going, but unfortunately, doesn't really matter. Juggernaut does die. Templar Assassin and crew ready to blink in, ready to strike at a moment's notice, just wrecking his stuff. Juggernaut getting blown up. You know, magic immunity or not, you're still gonna die, bro. So Prophet and Juggernaut getting picked off. We're going to see Radiant continue to walk around. The game's continuing along. Power peaks. Power peaks are important, guys. I keep telling you. EE have officially passed their power peak. Juggernaut can surpass his own power peak if he does have a massive amount of farm. But the amount of farm that Juggernaut needs to be effective versus the amount of farm that Templar Assassin needs to be effective is a lot different. A lot different in retrospect. Speaking of things in retrospect, Vincent Spirit looking for a swap. Has the range for it. She's trying to walk towards it. Looks like she will be able to find it. She's going to go for it. Nope, the stun comes through instead. And the swap's not going to follow up, unfortunately. Doombringer ulti was available. No, the hook from Pudge is going to catch Defensive Spirit. She's going to get eaten alive. Looks like Pudge is going to get some more damage. Actually, no, Pudge is going to die. Yep, Pudge dies. Whew. Ember Spirit in with the quick searing chains. Trying to keep his ally alive. And Juggernaut running as fast as he possibly can. Jordan Endurance is not committed. Doombringer has it. Looks like they're not going to commit. Instead, Witch Doctor is going to go and TP out. Templar Assassin is getting scouted out by the Shadow Blade on top of the Prophet. And she will be able to TP out of there. And unfortunately, Prophet not going to be able to do much except for just get some right clicks. They see him with the Observer Ward coming out from the Radiant squad, and new guys just definitely showing that they're not new to this whole Dota thing. Definitely standing some nice ground right now. Orca Malevolence is going to be coming up from Prophet. I'm not sure how ultra effective it will be. Spectre, she did go for Sanjiash instead of going for the Manta style, but she can still go Manta anyway. So I guess it'll be effective versus the Spectre to a certain extent. But you consider the things like a Pudge, like a Witch Doctor, having a silence top of them would be really useful, especially the Witch Doctor. But with Witch Doctor, with Witch Doctor working on a Glimmer Cave, it's not gonna be a big deal. But he's working on an 8th lens by the looks of it. Is that 8th lens? It better be 8th lens. Yeah, 8th lens or pipe. I think Pudge is better off with the pipe. Speaking of Pudge, he actually almost has the 8th lens. Still trying to get his farm, trying to get some more gold. Sell Stout Shield. Get yourself a nice little 8th lens. GG, easy game. Prophet Orca Malevolence fully finished up. Shadow Blade fully finished up. Ember Spirit, he's still working on his next big item. It's probably going to be a Blink Dagger by the amount of gold that he's saving up right now. And that's really it to talk about. I mean, Jug's still working on a Manta style. Working on that last piece. Just needs about, what was that, 500 more gold and he'll have it. You know, Earthspeed around the corner, they see the Prophet, or I think they have an idea that Prophet's over here. They don't see the Prophet, and Prophet will be able to sneak his way out of there. Dust of Appearance is available for Ember Spirit, and Prophet's going to go ahead and hide in the trees. Prophet, Earth Spirit. Dust of Appearance is available for Earth Spirit, but Prophet is going to be able to walk up here. Meanwhile, speaking of Ember Spirit, he has his Blink Dagger fully finished up. They're waiting for Roshan right now. Roshana will be showing up in about 50 seconds or so. And they're picking up top. They know Prophet's up here, but they just don't know what direction he is. One of these directions is where he exists. Dust Appearance casually getting popped by Patos. Fortune's going to be on cooldown for the next 26 seconds, 25 seconds. Roshi's going to be coming up according to the timer in about a minute from the time the timer showed. So 50 seconds now again. And we're continuing on to see some aggression. Meanwhile, speaking of aggression, Temple Assassin has fought her way all the way back up to the top of the net worth. I want to go ahead and point that out. Juggernaut Manta style fully finished up now, so he's very happy about it, but he's no longer at the top. Prophet, same concept, he's no longer at the top either. Inspector, she's slowly but surely working her way up there. She has about 1,800 gold saved up, so she has enough for buyback. Actually, they're going to jump on top of Doom immediately. Doombringer ulti coming on top of Earthspear, so he can't drop any more spells, but who really cares if he dies? Looks like they will be able to get the kill on top of Doombringer. And now Earthspear going to be getting healed up by the infinite sustain coming from Witch Doctor, who did invest a lot of points into that. That's 3 points inside of his healing right now. That counters pretty much all the ticks of damage from Doombringer's ults, which I think it does 50 per second at max, which is only doing 35. So yeah, Witch Doctor out healing the damage. And now Vengeance Spear going to thankfully throw a wave of terror for some negative armor on top of Roche, just helping him out. It's like, hey Radiant, we know you want to go for Roche. Here you go, bro. And now Juggernaut on the high ground, they do see him. Pudge Hook might be able to come through. Looks like he's not going to toss it. Instead, they're going to go and just take Roast while they can. Earthspear is still pretty damaged, so he needs to be a little bit careful. Ember Spirit around the corner. Has a Blink Dagger available. Spectre Stifling Dagger going to come in. Prophet dropping some trees, trying to get some vision. There we go. The jump in from Ember Spirit. Looks like he's not going to be able to find it. Tempo Assassin does get the Aegis. The fight's breaking out right now. Juggernaut's getting caught in the middle of it. Manta Style gets popped, but it doesn't really matter. He goes down anyway. And that's the only casualty in this whole entire fight. Oh no, it might be a secondary casualty. Vengeance Spirit gonna be the last one to go down, and she does die. Spectre Dagger guessing in the wrong direction, and that's gonna be a nice and safe Prophet TPing out of there. Meanwhile, Ember Spirit is on the high ground. He's actually gonna go versus his brother Earthspear, and Earthspear is gonna be going down. Unfortunately, the kick does come through. Beautiful kick, but unfortunately, TP is a little bit too long. Pudge shows up. He has a hook available. Can't really line it up. A little bit too far away. Prophet TP's in too. Pudge gonna bite off a little bit more than he could chew. Instead, he's gonna go and just take himself some damage, and he will be going down. The kill going towards Ember Spirit. He's working on his first crit, so it's going to be the greater crit, his next big item. You know, Doombringer, he did go for the AC as called. Heck yeah, more armor, more AoE armor for everybody, and also more tower push. What more could you want from a Doombringer, from an Orc Bringer? Meanwhile, Ember Spirit taking so much damage. We got Tempo Assassin getting caught up with the Orchid Malevolence. The Ember Spirit trying to wait around the corner, trying to get the last hit. Aegis getting blown out. And speaking of getting blown up, we got the Courier. Oh, no, Courier doesn't die. Okay, Courier's fine. Tempo Assassin has a data list, so maybe next time she can blow him up easier. Doombringer AC fully finished up. And Aegis already burned so early. It's gonna kinda suck for new guys, but given the fact that they were kinda behind at the start of the game and that they're still behind at this point in the game, it's kind of okay. Oh yeah, and going back into gold graphs. As far as we talk about the gold and XP graph, when it comes down to that, they still have the high advantage. So do keep in mind that if the next few team fights happen, then they will run into trouble. And just to talk about something that just got mentioned, yes, power peaks. So when I talk about power peaks, I'm mainly speaking about the whole entire team synergy. Like, we would expect this team to have a super high advantage at this point in the game. Power peaking at a data list, power peaking at a battle fairy, I agree, is not power peaking for either of those heroes. So for the person who mentioned that in the chat, yes, I do agree. But when it comes down to it, the whole entire team as a whole synergized really well at that stage of the game. Speaking of synergized stage of the game, we got Pudge. He's going to get blown up immediately. Witch Doctor is going to be next. Has an ulti available. Try to TP out. Can't really do anything but die. And, yeah, thoughts getting interrupted. But continue on with my thought before this fight breaks out. When it comes to power peaking for new guys, their power peak is expected to be later on in the game. When it comes to the power peaking of EE, their power peak is expected to happen a little bit earlier. So, all that goes a very fancy. Oh man, hold on, before I talk about Ember Spirit, or Earth Spirit is going to be in the middle of it. Gets silenced up immediately, throws out his stun and also his damage anyway, so he doesn't really care. Pudge does buy back into the game. Spectre dropping her ulti, trying to find a kill. I'm going to jump into the furthest illusion and gets hit with the Doombringer ulti immediately, and Doom has no ags, but it doesn't really matter. Actually, Spectre might be going down. Wishtalk's not here with the sustain. Spectre's taking so much focus fire. Awaken gonna be going down. Meanwhile, Pudge trying to keep himself alive does die anyway. Buyback immediately coming from Templar Assassin. They are gonna lose racks one way or another. No fortifies available. And a Blink Dagger fully finished up for Juggernaut. Casket from Wishtalk is going to bounce around a little bit. And the swap from Crimson Spirit is going to catch out the nice Templar, catch out the Templar Assassin. Damage coming on top of the back of Crimson Spirit. Now the Templar Assassin in a lot of trouble. She goes back immediately. Nice dieback, bro. And she will be backed away. Speaking of getting backed away, Wish Doctor, he does go down from the burn damage. Everybody on the side of the new guys is dead, and they call the GG. Well played. Oh man. Whew. Alright, game's over. EE do have all that they need to win. Anyway, speaking of power peaks, I want to finish this thought before I finish because I was talking about it at an awkward moment in the game. So when it comes to power peaks, what I was saying was that this team has the better synergy overall as a team, and when it comes to certain other stages, this team should be expected to have the advantage. But it didn't really matter. We didn't make it to that 40-minute stage in the game where the whole entire new guys squad came online, and that was one of my hugest fears when they had their initial draft. I mean, I talked about it. I was like, I'm afraid that Spectre and Templar Assassin aren't going to be enough. Like, Pudge and Witch Doctor don't have the biggest of impacts in the world. And then on the other hand, you got Nature's Prophet, you got Earth Spirit, or Ember Spirit, you got a Juggernaut and a Vigil Spirit, people who do things really well at the mid-stage of the game. And it's where the mid-stage of the game is where they kind of ran in and just killed 2 Raxes and forced the GG out of new guys. Definitely a hellish game from the fight back into. It was really reliant on Templar Assassin snowballing, and it didn't pay off. Didn't pay off in the least sense. So that's really it for the game, guys. My name is CulBlu. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. Hope you guys enjoyed the cast. If you guys want to check out more of my stuff, feel free to check me out on my YouTube, which is youtube.com/CulBluDota. That's CulBluDota. You can also check me out on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/CulBlu. That's CulBlu. And that's about it. So hope you guys enjoyed all this. And as always, I will see you guys whenever.